What's going on, guys? MaddenGurus.com here again with a free Madden 16 tip. Today we're looking at a play from the New England's Playbook, a play that I think is absolutely money, and it's called verticals at a gun trips tight end. And so this is out of the New England's Playbook, as I just said, that we completely broke down at MaddenGurus.com recently. And so against man, one of the things we could look for is the running back out of the backfield. And now you might be thinking, what the heck just happened? Well, what I do is I use the playmaker feature, which basically just tells your nearest receiving option where to go. So all you do is hold left trigger or L2 and then left with the right stick, and you're going to tell him to run directly to the left, and it's just going to make him ridiculously open. So, assuming he doesn't stay in the block, you'll be able to do this, and I mean, it's just going to get you a tremendous amount of yardage. Now that can be your first read, but typically I'm going to look for the tight end first. This is one of the corner routes that actually does get open against man. There's a lot of corner routes that don't. So especially if the tight end is manned up by a linebacker, I mean, this should get pretty wide open by at least 3 or 4 yards most of the time for you. One other thing that you can do against man defense, but it's not super high percentage, is to try to hit that route done by the circle receiver. If he gets bumped to the inside, usually you can pass lead it in and get it in there to him. Now against cover 3, here's what we want to do against cover 3. There's a few things we can do. Number one, you can look for the running back underneath. As soon as he turns around, you can hit him right there. Another thing you could do against cover 3 is look for the triangle receiver. So right when he gets about there, you could just bullet pass it, and as long as you time it right, like that time it was really open. It doesn't usually even look that open. Let me call a cover 3 again. Sometimes it's not always going to be open, but I would say a lot of times it is. So right there, just get a perfect throw in, and then that's a good amount of yardage. One other thing that we can do against cover 3, and I'm going to make the running back block here because we're going to need a lot of time, is if we could get them to bite on the corner route on the right side, then we can either lob this up or bullet it depending on what seems proper to that route done by the circle receiver. So here we'll run it again. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's going to take a lot of time in the pocket, and if they block shed you, they're probably going to get you, but that time it developed pretty smoothly, so that's what it'll look like. Now against cover 2, again, you could hit the running back when he turns around. We can look for the square receiver. We can just bullet pass this to the sideline once he gets far enough behind the left corner. And now against cover 2, we could also hit the triangle receiver down the seam. Probably make a running back block here, but if you do have enough time, you could just dot it right there in between the safeties. And the last thing, of course, which I already mentioned, was the running back on the curl route. Usually that's going to be pretty open underneath there. So guys, thanks for watching this tip. Hope this tip helps you. Just to give you an idea of the quality you could find in any Madden Gurus guide, I go really in depth. I show multiple ways to be cover 2, cover 3, man defense. I give you pointers against cover 4, which it's similar ways to be cover 4 than any other defense. Just a really in-depth guide. All the setups really simple. Reads are in a great format, easy to read. So if you want the rest of this scheme, if you want a lot of the other best formations in the New England Playbook guide, make sure you check the guide out, guys. Really appreciate your help, and I'll see you on the next one.